Good morning and welcome to the Kutztown University Athletics Hall of Fame ceremony. My name is Steve Degler, class of 1988, and your MC for this morning's program. Today we welcome 6 new members as the 36th annual Hall of Fame class. We would like to take this time to recognize some of the committee members that selected this year's induction class who are in attendance today. They include Alex Ojika, Director of Alumni Relations and Development, Greg Bamberger, Director of Athletics, Matt Santos, At-Large Representative and Director of University Relations, and Brian Salvador, Sports Information Director. At this time, I am pleased to introduce Dr. Carlos Vargas-Aburto, Acting President of Kutztown University.
Good morning, everybody. I guess I should have been better dressed for this occasion. My apologies here, but good morning and welcome to Kutztown University. It is a true pleasure to welcome Golden Bear alumni back home, especially on such a special day. As always, KU student athletes and our intercollegiate athletic teams continue to be a point of pride for this institution. They continue to excel on the playing field and in the classroom. In fact, on Thursday night, we will be recognizing a best ever 145 Golden Bears as PSAC Scholar athletes. Top athletic performances over the past year include a Division II National Championship for heavyweight wrestler Ziad Haddad last winter, and I believe Ziad is here somewhere. Yes. Hi, Ziad. How are you? Ziad will look to defend his title as a senior this coming March. In the spring, the Golden Bear baseball team captured its 7th PSAC championship in team history and its 6th state title in the past 16 years. This fall, our field hockey team swept Bloomsburg for the first time ever. Our women's soccer coach, Eric Burstein, won his 100th game at KU. And a few weeks ago, we had first-time low medalist, senior Lauren Smith, at the PSAC Women's Golf Championship. With 3 games to go, the Golden Bear football team is aiming for a winning campaign under first-year head coach, Jim Clements. Among the off-field highlights was the honoring of KU and Pro Football Hall of Famer Andre Reed 2 weeks ago in front of a packed house by renaming our stadium the Andre Reed Stadium. And of course, today we celebrate the induction of 6 of the greatest Golden Bears of all time into the KU Athletics Hall of Fame. While our student athletes have many great accomplishments over the years, only a select few experience this ultimate athletic honor granted by our institution. Our 6 honorees today include Naya Adams Grenevich. As a middle distance specialist for women's track and field, Naya won 11 PSAC individual titles while also excelling across country. David Ben, the first 2,000-point scorer in men's basketball team history. My wife sends regards to you, by the way. She's sorry she's not here. Stephanie Denlinger Rummel, the all-time Division II softball home run queen. Margaret Edwards-Mayes, one of the winningest tennis players in school history and the first women's tennis player to enter the hall. Joseph Kemmerer, a 2-time national wrestling champion. And Shaun Landis, a multi-event specialist who was one of the cornerstone of the men's track and field championship teams of the last decade. On behalf of everyone at Kutztown University, I congratulate you all on this honor. I am sure that you will cherish this day and hope that you will enjoy celebrating this honor with friends, families, teammates, and coaches. I am honored to share the excitement of this day with you, and I thank you for all that you have done for the athletic programs and for the university. You have made us all proud to be Golden Bears. Again, congratulations and have a good day.
Thank you, Dr. Vargas. At this time, we would like to introduce the Hall of Fame members that are here with us this morning, and we ask that you please stand as your name is read. First, we would like to recognize one of the founders of the KU Athletic Hall of Fame, Dr. Bob Wolf, KU class of 1955. Dr. Wolf served on the Hall of Fame committee for more than 30 years, beginning with its origins as the KU Football Hall of Fame in 1977. Dr. Wolf was a Hall of Fame inductee himself, a longtime math and computer science professor and athletic coach here at Kutztown University. In fact, he coached one of this year's inductees, Margaret Edwards-Mayes, as head women's tennis coach in the early to mid-90s. Dr. Wolf passed away this past spring, but his contributions to KU athletics will live on through the Athletic Hall of Fame and the many lives he touched. At this time, we would like to introduce Dr. Wolf's widow, who is joining us this morning, Sylvia Wolf. Please welcome these additional Hall of Fame members in attendance this morning. Bill Nill, class of 1962 for football. Bill Wiggins, class of 1963 for football. Peter Riffle, class of 1968 baseball. And Dan Hinkle, longtime KU wrestling coach and professor emeritus. If you would stand, please, and be recognized. Our first inductee this morning is Naya Adams Grenevich, class of 2004. Naya is an 11-time PSAC champion spanning over 3 different events. She set 5 school records in her time at KU, 4 of which still stand today. In her senior year in 2004, she helped lead the Golden Bears to their first ever PSAC indoor championship, running on the 4x800 and 4x400 relays that set both school and meet records. In 2003, Adams earned a trip to the NCAA Outdoor Championships, where she placed 12th in the 800 meters. In cross country, Adams was a top 7 runner all 4 years, competed on 2 NCAA qualifying teams, and notched a pair of top 20 finishes at the PSAC Championships. A testimonial from KU track and field and cross country coach Ray Hoffman, quoting, "Grit. That's the first word that comes to mind when I think about Naya Adams. Myself, as did her teammates, know when Naya stepped on the track, her competitors were going to hurt. I always knew when Naya received the baton on the anchor of any relay, no one was catching KU. She always had that come catch me if you can attitude, but they couldn't. I don't know many athletes with the range Naya had. She could run anything from the 400 meter on the track to 6,000 meters of cross country. Naya's accolades show a true athlete, the only 4-time champion in PSAC history in the 800 meters to an all-region and 2-time national cross-country qualifier. That's pretty impressive. No matter what the distance, Naya was all in. A quick story from Coach. While traveling to the NCAA National Cross Country Championships in 2001, Naya didn't seem to be herself. When I asked what was wrong, she just waved me off and said she was fine. I also got that tight-lipped and glare look from her. Her teammates and mom know what I'm talking about. She went out and raced a challenging 6,000-meter hilly course and helped KU to what was then our best team performance at an NCAA National Cross Country Championship. The next day, I received a phone call that Naya was in the hospital getting her gallbladder removed. That, ladies and gentlemen, is grit. Naya, I know I speak for all those that were fortunate enough to be your teammate, coach you, and help guide you along the way when I say I'm so proud of your induction into Kutztown University's Hall of Fame and the woman you have become. I can't wait to sit down with Marley one day and tell her about the whooping her mom put on the competitors," end quote. Here to assist Dr. Vargas with the presentation of Naya's induction this morning into the KU Athletics Hall of Fame is KU head track and field and cross country coach Ray Hoffman. Let's welcome to the KU Athletics Hall of Fame, Naya Adams Grenevich.
Thank you. I don't want to break it. I just got it. Well, you know that you always get the waterworks, right? First, I would like to thank Kutztown University Athletic Department and the Hall of Fame Selection Committee for the honor of being inducted. I remember when I first got this call saying that I was going to be inducted, I went through a variety of emotions. First, I couldn't believe it. I thought maybe you guys got the wrong person. Second, I was excited, and I think I texted everybody and Facebooked everybody and let them know that I was going to be inducted. And then third, I was like, oh God, I got to write a speech. I'm not really a talker. I don't really do the public speaking thing, but I just wanted to thank a couple people that were influential in the reason why I'm here. First, my mom. I would like to dedicate this award to you. She sacrificed so much for me, and she's the reason why I'm here. She was my biggest cheerleader, and I look back and she was the constant in all my memories. She traveled everywhere. She was even willing to fly to Slippery Rock, which is a joke because Slippery Rock isn't that far away. But she will never fully realize the impact that she's had and continues to have on my life. I love you, Mom. Mr. Simmons, thank you for believing in me and supporting me. You were the male figure that I needed in my life, and they were there for me whenever I needed you. I never had a chance to tell you how much I truly appreciate you. Coach Hoffman, you are the reason why I came to Kutztown. You were very persistent in getting me to come here, and I'm so happy that you did this. You pushed me and challenged me to do better. I will never forget the loops in the park, interval workouts on the track, and those early morning workouts in the pool. But in the end, and most importantly, in the end, you believed in me, and I appreciate that. I would never have accomplished all that I have without you continuously challenging me. Thank you for everything that you've done for me. All my teammates, thank you for pushing me in practice and competition. Most people say that us runners are crazy, and I agree. We are very unique. We have our own language, such as intervals, splits, mile repeats, things that sound ridiculous to the normal person, but make complete sense to us. We have spent so much time together through all-day competitions and practices at ridiculous hours that we have become more than teammates, we're family. I love you all and appreciate all the support that you have given me throughout the years. I would like to thank my husband. I met him after Kutztown, but he's my rock. He continues to support me through everything I do. My daughter Marley, who's not behaving right now, I love you. Again, I would like to say I am truly honored, and I thank you all for sharing this moment with me. Congrats to the other inductees. Thank you.
Our second inductee is David Ben, class of 2009. David was the first 2,000-point scorer in school history and currently ranks second all-time with 2,017 points, an average of 17.7 per game. In his senior year, he was named an All-American, was voted the 2009 PSAC East Player of the Year, and became the first KU player to be named to the PSAC East first team for 3 consecutive seasons. David led KU to 2 PSAC East titles, an NCAA tournament appearance, and an impressive 81-36 record, including a school-best 28 wins in his senior year. KU men's basketball coach Bernie Driscoll notes, quote, "First of all, do not be fooled by Dave's engaging smile. Dave possesses the unique combination of talent, determination, and desire to be the best. This served to elevate Dave from a good athlete to one of the all-time great players in KU men's basketball history. He was our leader during a time of great success for KU, both on the court and in the classroom. Great players step up in big games, and Dave did this throughout his career, whether it was the PSAC championship or the NCAA regional finals in Erie. Dave's accolades are numerous and well documented, but its foundation was based on the support of a great mom, the KU coaching staff, and the many professors at Kutztown that helped guide Dave during his matriculation at KU. His hard work and determination enabled him to become one of the all-time greats in our basketball history, end quote. It is with great pleasure, actually this is more from Coach Driscoll, I apologize. It is with great pleasure and pride that I present Dave Ben for induction in the class of 2014 Kutztown University Athletic Hall of Fame. Here to assist Dr. Vargas with the presentation of David's induction this morning into the KU Athletic Hall of Fame is David's former coach, Bernie Driscoll. Let's welcome to the KU Athletic Hall of Fame, David Ben.
Good morning. It's going to be hard to follow the speech before me. I thought we were all in agreement, keep it short and simple, but no. I want to say thank you to everyone. Thank you to the Hall of Fame committee for presenting me with this. To my mother, I couldn't do anything without you. You were there for me all these years, traveling back and forth from Kutztown, Gannon, East Stroudsburg, everything. I couldn't do it without you. I love you. Coach Rhodey, I know you don't like the spotlight on you, but without you, this wouldn't be possible as well. You supported me through everything, from high school to college, even today, and I thank you for that. Cousins, Cousin Brooks, Brittany, Uncle Butch, Aunt Mildred, thank you for being there from a knee-high to now. It's all appreciated. But I kind of understand why I changed my major my first year. It was speech communications. After 2 courses, I knew that wasn't for me. So please deal with me for the next couple minutes. I want to start with Coach Driscoll. You took a chance on me, a guy from Coatesville. Not too many people probably heard of Coatesville, know where Coatesville is at, but it's a small town. Big hearts, guys were ready to play. You took a chance, and now look, I'm here, you're presenting me with this. I had to give a story though, it wasn't all good. I remember talking to the guy for the Hall of Fame speech, and he asked me what was most memorable moments at Kutztown, the game. I kind of gave the cliche answer, all of them, but the NCAA tournament was kind of ones I remember, but I couldn't give that. I couldn't give the real answer. The real answer was my junior year versus Shippensburg. Had a terrible game. Coach sat me down, didn't play me for the rest of the game. I'm just sitting there staring at him like, why are you not playing me? I know I played bad before, get me in. Still didn't do it. So after the game, we went in the locker room. I don't know if you know this guy, he's stern. So we went into the locker room. We didn't say any words to each other. He gave a speech to the team, kept it moving, got to Lock Haven that night. Called me into his room. Long story short, words were said. Before I know it, I was off the team. I remember just thinking, what am I going to do now? Couldn't let my mom down, let Mr. Rhodey down, let my cousin Brooks down, the guys that had been there for me through it all. So I had to sit in the stands and watch my teammates play, and that just killed me. It killed me. So we got back, didn't say any words to each other. I went my way, he went his way. And I remember getting a phone call from a 610-683 number. I'm looking like, oh man, what does he want? But it wasn't him, it was the athletic trainer, Jack Entrican. He said, Dave, come to my office. So we came, we went to the pool, and we just talked, and he just asked me what did I want. And I'm just looking at him like, Jack, I love basketball, this is what I want. So well, he gave me a life story where he grew up from, people that he knew that had talent and just wasted it. So I called Coach Driscoll up, we had a meeting. In that meeting, he challenged me. Challenged me as a man, a player, a teammate, and a leader. The only way I was coming back on that team is if I can do all those things that he asked. It wasn't 100%, it was 110, 120. But from that day on, that's what I gave. And that shaped me up to today. This is the reason why I'm here, because of Coach Driscoll. He made me who I am today, and I just want to thank you for that. Also, I can't forget the shot doctor, Coach York, who stayed with me in the gym, putting up shots, working with me. Your success for me is everything. And I also can't forget my wife, who went through long nights of stories of me and my teammates talking together, and she had to deal with that. Thank you, I love you. My sister, you've been there with me through it all too. And that's it, thank you.
Our next inductee is Stephanie Denlinger Rummel, class of 2009. Stephanie was named the 2009 Daktronics National Player of the Year, the first Golden Bear to do so. She broke the NCAA Division II all-time record with 79 home runs, which still stands today, and 159 walks. She also holds the PSAC record for career runs batted in. Along with being named the National Player of the Year in her senior season, Denlinger was a two-time first-team All-American selection. She was a two-time PSAC East and Atlantic Region Player of the Year, a four-time All-PSAC East and All-Atlantic Region first-team selection, a three-time All-Region Player, and the 2006 PSAC East Freshman of the Year. Over her 4 years, Denlinger led KU to 4 NCAA tournament appearances and 169 wins. Judy Laws, current head softball coach at Kutztown, said, quoting, "Stephanie was one of the most talented and accomplished women I have ever had the privilege to coach. She was without a doubt the most prolific offensive player in the history of KU softball. Not only did Steph lead the nation in home runs, she led her teammates on and off the field through her diligent efforts on the practice field and in the classroom. As great as her on-field accomplishments are a testament to her athletic prowess, there are no words to describe the importance of her leadership qualities and contagious desire to succeed. Stephanie was an exciting player to watch and a joy to coach. She truly deserves this honor being bestowed upon her this morning. I am proud to say I was her coach," end quote. Here to assist Dr. Vargas with the presentation of Stephanie's induction this morning into the KU Athletics Hall of Fame is current KU softball coach Judy Laws. Let's welcome into the KU Athletic Hall of Fame, Stephanie Denlinger Rummel.
Well, first I just want to start off by saying thank you. I'm very honored to be inducted. Coach, I didn't think you liked me that much, but appreciate that, all the nice things you said. I do want to say a big thank you to my family and my friends, everybody who had my back through the 4 years that I was here and continuing to coach at my high school, my alma mater. Thank you to my husband who was there throughout my college career. Now he's still there and he helps me coach, so that's fun. To my sister, thank you for being my role model as we grew up. You really mean a lot to me and I look up to you. Thank you so much. And to my parents, thank you very much for always supporting me, coming to all my games and being there to always give me a smile at the end of the game. I really appreciate you and I love you very much. And to Coach Laws, thank you. I am not the person I am today without you. You mean the world to me. I think you know that. And just the way that you coached me, I try to coach my girls like that now, and I try to be more like you. I run my practices like you, and as much as, you know, I do love you, I do respect you just the same. So thank you very much. Thank you again.
Margaret Edwards-Mayes, class of 1998, is the first women's tennis player to be inducted into the KU Athletics Hall of Fame. She set school records in career singles victories, doubles victories, and combined wins. She won a career-high 19 matches in her senior year as the team's primary #1 player, and as a freshman in 1993, she was the PSAC #6 singles champion to mark the program's first PSAC champion and help lead KU to a runner-up finish in the PSAC. Matt Santos, KU's current Director of University Relations and longtime Hall of Fame committee member, covered Meg starting with his second year as Sports Information Director in 1993. Santos said, quoting, "The period when I arrived at KU in 1992 was a very challenging time for Golden Bear athletics. We were at the bottom of the PSAC in terms of competitiveness and had a long rebuilding process ahead of us. The one real shining light in that fall of 1993, fall was the primary season for women's tennis at the time, was freshman Meg Edwards. Meg won a PSAC title that year and helped our team to a best ever runner-up finish in the conference at that time. That was just the start to a stellar career for Meg and the beginning of periods of prolonged success on the courts for the KU men and women over the years ahead. Meg's coach, Dr. Bob Wolf, who served on the Hall of Fame committee for several years, often talked about Meg and the success of his teams and players in the early 90s through the years. I know he would be smiling today on this long overdue honor," end quote. Here to assist Dr. Vargas with the presentation of Margaret's induction this morning into the KU Athletics Hall of Fame are Margaret's parents, John and Susie Edwards. Let's welcome to the KU Athletic Hall of Fame, Margaret Edwards-Mayes.
Thank you. My selection to the Kutztown University Athletic Hall of Fame was a tremendous honor and one that I would like to take a moment to reflect on. I was very surprised to be nominated for this honor as the first women's tennis player to represent Kutztown in the Hall of Fame. Playing tennis for Kutztown University was something I enjoyed and thrived doing when I was an undergraduate student. I am thrilled that I have so many people here to help me celebrate today, including my parents who supported me throughout my lifetime, including my tennis career. Also to my husband and daughters, Jillian and Abigail, who are very excited for me today. I also want to thank my extended family and friends who have traveled far and wide to help me celebrate today. Even after playing competitively for many years, I've never enjoyed the limelight or to be in the center of attention. I'm on stage every day in my first grade classroom, and yet I'm humbled by this honor today. I want to thank Kutztown University for honoring me today and allowing me to spend a very exciting moment with my family and friends. Thank you.
Our next inductee is Joseph Kemmerer, class of 2009. Joseph Kemmerer was a two-time national champion at the 133-pound weight class in 2007 and 2009. He was Kutztown's first ever wrestling national champion and is one of two Golden Bears to be a two-time national champ. He closed out his two-season career at KU with a 60-4 record, 2 national titles, 1 regional title, and 1 PSAC title. He was the first PSAC champion at Kutztown since 1942 and was a 2-time Kutztown Male Athlete of the Year. Robert Fisher, current wrestling coach at KU, said, quote, "Through his dedication, determination, and dominance as a wrestler representing Kutztown University, Joe Kemmerer has historically impacted the KU wrestling program by vaulting us into the national spotlight. Before Joe's NCAA titles, our program hovered near the middle of the pack. However, during the past several years since Joe's titles, our wrestling program has become respected as one of the better teams in the nation. Becoming a national power in the sport of wrestling has a great deal to do with Joe Kemmerer. Winning a national title is undeniably the ultimate accomplishment for any athlete to achieve once in their lives, and he proved he could do it twice. Amazingly, these 2 national championship seasons are the only 2 years he competed for Kutztown. Think about how amazing that truly is. 2 years competing for Kutztown and 2 national championships. Joe was truly one of the best athletes I have ever had the opportunity to coach. He was literally the best mat wrestler that I have ever seen. His sheer determination and dedication not only to the sport, but to Kutztown and our wrestling program was undeniable. What I will remember the most about Joe was how incredible it was to witness the entire gymnasium come alive when Joe wrestled. And for good reason. He was absolutely amazing. Losing was never an option for Joe, and he proved this time and time again. He quite simply refused to lose. I am honored that an athlete like Joe Kemmerer is being inducted into the KU Athletics Hall of Fame. I truly feel honored and privileged to have had the opportunity to coach an athlete like Joe Kemmerer. Thanks for everything, Joe. Congratulations from our entire KU wrestling family, end quote. Here to assist Dr. Vargas with the presentation of Joseph's induction this morning into the KU Athletics Hall of Fame is Joseph's father, Ken Kemmerer. Let's welcome to the KU Athletic Hall of Fame, Joseph Kemmerer.
Thanks for everything. This is a great honor. Thanks to everybody. You know, my whole life, I've had so many people helping me. My father, my mother, and all my family. I mean, I got so many people here right now. Without them, I couldn't do anything. They helped me through a lot of challenges and pushed me through everything, stay positive. I'll never forget, you know, every time I would lose or want to quit or do something, my parents would always put a positive spin on it. And sorry, I recently lost my mother a little while ago, so I get upset. But I really put this out to her. You know, it's unbelievable the amount of time that parents put into kids' athletics. Right now, I'm a coach, a youth coach, and I see it on the other end. You know, my parents, they feel the losses more than the kids. You know, they're playing their Game Boy after a match and the parents are talking to me for an hour. What are we gonna do to fix this, you know? And I've always appreciated it, but I never got to know, you know, the toll it takes on them. And I really thank you for that, Dad. And I appreciate you guys so much. And my family here to this day, I mean, I have so many people to support me, it's unbelievable. Thanks to all my coaches, Coach Fisher, Hinkle, Polanka, Cass, Seth, all you guys are awesome. I mean, I couldn't have done it without you guys. But I mean, I've been wrestling since I was in first grade. I've had so many people impact my life. The reason I'm here today is because of all the great coaching. You know, I just want to thank everybody for that. My beautiful wife, Laura, I want to thank her for putting up with me. I mean, I'm still a wrestler today. It'll never leave me. I used to be all on the road a lot as a competitor, and now I'm on the road a lot as a coach. And I thank her for allowing me to do that, and you know, allowing me to give opportunities to the kids that, you know, the same way that my coaches gave me an opportunity. And I just, you know, I thank you guys for your time and Kutztown University for giving me the shot. I mean, I at one time quit wrestling in college. I wrestled at Greensboro, North Carolina for 2 years before I came here. That's why I wrestled 2 years here. And I was done wrestling. I quit. I wanted to go to school and, you know, be a normal college student. Coach Fisher talked me into coming back on, and I mean, I'm a professional coach right now. I literally would not be where I'm at if Coach Fisher didn't, you know, give me the right words to get me back on that mat along with my teammates. I mean, it's incredible how when I reflect on what athletics has done in my life, and you know, I thank everybody for all the help. Thank you.
And now our final inductee this morning. Shaun R. Landis is a 9-time All-PSAC men's track and field performer and a 5-time PSAC triple jump champion. Landis is the school record holder in the pentathlon and rates on 3 of Kutztown's indoor all-time top 10 lists. In 2002, Landis was named the most outstanding athlete at the PSAC Outdoor Championships and went on to earn All-America honors at the NCAA Division II Championships. He was named PSAC Rookie of the Year in 2000 and the 2003 Kutztown Male Senior Athlete of the Year. Former KU track and field coach and Kutztown Hall of Famer Brian Munshine notes, quote, "Every track team has its go-to guy or girl. Kevin Kelly was the 1998 go-to guy for us, just as Shaun Landis was that guy for the 2003 team. He was second at the NCAA championships in the decathlon, but he never once competed in a PSAC conference decathlon. Some years he placed in the triple jump, the high jump, and the javelin, but whatever he did, it always seemed just enough to put us at the top in the conference standings. I first met him as a 6'6" high jumper at one of our camps, and I'm not sure he even knew what the decathlon was back then. But with his size, work ethic, and his uncanny ability to learn, I knew he'd be great at it. I just never counted on him being such a great student, such a great athlete, such a great competitor, such a great leader, and most of all, such a great person. Every single day, I could look in the newspapers and see what was wrong with American sport. And yet, I had this guy on my team that stood for the opposite of all that. A guy with old-fashioned values, who respected people, who worked hard, who was humble, who cursed only when absolutely necessary, and whose love for our team far overshadowed his concern for himself. They generally don't make them like this anymore, and as proud as I am of his parents for raising him right, I'm eternally grateful I got to show him how to throw the discus, pole vault, and hurdle for a few years, end quote. Let's welcome into the KU Athletic Hall of Fame, Shaun R. Landis.
I want to thank the Kutztown University Selection Committee for this selection. It truly is an honor. Sorry. It truly is an honor to be here today. And, I want to start off first by thanking God for giving me the abilities and the talents that He did. And next, I want to thank my parents. My mom can't be here today. She passed away a few years ago. But they've been a tremendous support for me. We grew up on a small dairy farm in Limestoneville, Pennsylvania, which is a small blip on the map. But my dad and my mom, they instilled in me the ethic of hard work, trusting God, and being there for family. They put many sacrifices for me, and I appreciate that very much. They were always there supporting me. Every athletic event that I had, some of them overlapped with our milking time on the dairy farm, but Dad was trying to get there as much as he could. They were always in the stands at basketball games and track meets, and I greatly appreciate that. They cheered me on outside of sports. I can remember growing up on the farm, I'd be shooting basketball hoops in the barn, and Dad would yell, "Get your work done!" Or my mom would be on the porch yelling, "Supper's ready!" They truly are remarkable people, and I thank them very much. My brothers and my sisters were also great support for me. My older brother's not here today, my older sister's not here today, but my younger sister is, and I just appreciate what they've done, the support that they've given to me over the last few years, and just a great family. My wife and my kids appreciate all they do for me. They're such wonderful kids. I love those guys. I love my wife. I want to thank my coaching staff, my high school coaches who saw potential in me. I almost didn't even go out for track and field. I can remember as a 9th grader, I had a Spanish teacher. I knew nothing about track and field. I had a Spanish teacher who ended up being my javelin coach in high school. She said to me, "I think you'd be good at track and field. I think you should give it a try." I was very reluctant. Sign-ups came and went. I didn't sign up. She kept after me, and I ended up going out as a freshman, fell in love with the sport of track and field. And I want to thank Steph Egley, Tom Williams, Scott Mall, my high school coaches, who spent a lot of time and energy with me at camps. They took me to camps. They spent a lot of time at practices with me and developing my skills. I remember coming to Kutztown for one of the camps and meeting Coach Munshine and the staff here, and I had a great time. This Kutztown University, I grew up on a dairy farm, and Kutztown University is in the heart of farm country. It felt like home. I think Coach Munshine knew my heart for family, and he brought me into a family here at Kutztown. The people that he surrounded me with, the guys that were on the team, the girls that were on the team, they did an outstanding job not only recruiting great athletes, but great people. I'll always remember Coach Munshine. He's been a tremendous impact on me. You know, I remember our freshman year getting hurt. The first time I got hurt, I pulled a hamstring. It was in December. You know, he gave me a workout schedule to follow. He said, keep working hard. I got injured again a couple years. The first few years I had some injury problems, and he kept telling me, you're going to be good at this decathlon thing if we can ever keep you healthy. And he stayed on me. He worked hard. We figured things out. We kind of got through some injuries. But he's just been a great leader and a great coach for me, and I appreciate all that he's done. My teammates, I mean, they made it easy. They were there every day. They pushed me. They worked hard. It was a great family. We roomed together. We ate together. We pretty much did everything together. They were a great group of guys. I look forward to being here at their induction ceremony someday. Again, I want to thank Kutztown University. The 4 years that I spent here, they prepared me for the workplace. It was a great university and a great place to learn. Congratulations again to my fellow inductees, to Naya, to David, to Stephanie, to Margaret, and to Joseph. It's truly an honor to have been selected in the Hall of Fame class of 2014. Thank you.
Congratulations once again to all 6 of our inductees this morning into the 2014 KU Athletics Hall of Fame class. And now for our closing remarks, I would like to introduce the athletic director at Kutztown University, Greg Bamberger.
Thank you, Steve. First of all, let me put out a big thank you to the Kutztown University Foundation and Office of Alumni Engagement. Thank you very much for the organization of this event. Tremendous support, and we thank you very much on behalf of the athletic department. Also on behalf of the department, congratulations to Naya, David, Stephanie, Margaret, Joseph, and Shaun. Having been here 10 years, I've had the opportunity to witness 4 straight, well, 2 for Joe, but the careers of 3 of our inductees. I remember the Lock Haven story because Coach Driscoll came to me and told me what he did, just so if I had a question, I knew what was going on, okay? And just a quick story about Joe. It's my first time being the athletic director for college wrestling, and I remember going to the PSAC championships. I don't know if it was 2007 or 2009, I don't remember. But it was the first time I had attended that event. I watched Joe's match. I don't remember which one it was. He did win, I believe. And then I'm sitting there just watching the event. And this is just a testament to our student athletes, because all of these young men and women are alums, graduated from Kutztown University. I'm looking around the event. It was at Bloomsburg. And all of a sudden I look up in the bleachers, and Joe is up there studying, getting ready for some class, some test, something. And I'm just looking, I'm like, that's a true testament of a student athlete. He's in the middle of his championship match, and he needs to take the time to get back into the books. So it's a credit to you, Joe, and congratulations to all of you. If you do have the opportunity to see it's just a side story about our home run queen. If you have a chance at a football game or at a event on North Campus, and you see our concessions trailer, you may see some dents in the side. Most of those are attributed to some of Stephanie's 79 home runs. So we appreciate you beating the heck out of the concessions trailer with all of those home runs. So it was a great pleasure to have the opportunity to witness the careers of 3 of these young men and women. I wish I had the opportunity to, from what I heard about you, Naya, I wish I'd had a chance to see some of that. Shaun, obviously, also. And Margaret. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you for coming out and supporting your sons and daughters. I always try to pull a common theme away from everybody's comments. And this year, a lot of times it's coaches, and obviously everybody thanked their coaches. But the big thing that hit me here, and some of it's personal, is because I have 3 college-age student athletes. One's a former one, and I have 2 that are. So I hear all the comments about the parents. Thanks to mom and dad for being there, for driving them across the country, getting them to an event, supporting them, for being there when things aren't going well as a student athlete, and you look up and you see mom, you see dad, you see brother, you see sister. That goes a long way to them inside. I know it does. It does as a former athlete myself, and it does as a parent of athletes myself. So congratulations to you parents that are in the room and that are supporting your sons and daughters today.